The deadline to file your tax is just a couple of days away, and if you haven't filed already, then you may want some help to do it on time or possibly file for an extension. This morning, we are meeting with Andrew Lattimer, who is a certified public accountant and managing principal of CLA of West Hartford. Here, Andrew, to offer us some helpful suggestions and advice with that deadline just a couple of days away. Good morning. Thanks for being here.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, no problem. So listen, I like to de-stress and demystify. So folks with a few days to go here, big picture, what do we want to be keeping in mind with that deadline, early next week?
Sure. I mean, you want to file before then, but if you don't want to and you want to get an extension, just remember it's an extension to file, not to pay. So you really want to make sure that you have all your income there and deductions to make sure that when you do an extension, if you wanted to extend, that you should be paying into the government to avoid any penalties and interest.
All right, we've heard a lot about the child tax rebate, the earned income tax credit. What do we know on that front? What should folks know? Is that taxable?
It is not taxable. Neither one of those are taxable. Haven't seen too many earned income credits this year. Changed some of the rules, but basically with the earned income credit, your income's got to be below $59,000. Your earned income and your investment income below 10,000. So haven't seen a whole lot of earned income credit, but even if you do get it, that is not taxable to you.
And if I could just take a step back for just a moment, because you touched upon that extension that people might be eligible, might be looking to apply for, you still need to pay on time. Is that correct?
That's right. You need to make sure that you figure out what you have, what your tax liability is, because it is an extension to file, but it is not an extension to pay. So you really have to figure out what your liability would be.
I just visited my twin brother, and he took me on a tour in his backyard, and he had, I think, 17 solar panels on his roof. He was speaking to the fact that he made that decision largely because of tax credits that were available on that front. I know you've mentioned you're seeing that also electric vehicles playing a factor there, too.
Yeah, for the 2022 tax return, I've seen more solar panel credits, which again, you get about a 30% credit. And I've seen more electric vehicles being purchased and getting credits for those too. Now, not all electric vehicles get the credit, but even some hybrid plug-in cars get the credit, and it can be up to $7,500. So, I mean, really is a good amount of money that helps reduce the cost of that car, that you just bought.
Yeah, that's some real money there. Listen, if folks are anything like me, you look forward to that tax, your tax return, getting that check in the mail. But some folks are noticing that it might be smaller than in previous years. What are you attributing that to?
Yeah, I think what I've seen is that more people are paying ahead. So in the end, they might be getting less money back. And the other thing that I would say is because of the changes I've seen in the earned income credit, and I've seen that actually reduce people's liability, because maybe last year they got it where this year they didn't. So smaller amount getting back. But I think the other thing is, if you think about it, in 2021, there was the advanced child credit. So a lot of people got the money during the year. And so this year they're actually maybe phasing out and maybe not getting the money on the tax return. So it's actually reducing the amount of tax that they're getting. Although I have seen some people, some clients have less capital gains in 2022 than 2021.
Sure.
So their tax liability has been a little bit lower.
Andrew Lattimer with CLA of West Hartford. Thank you, my friend, for joining us once again, making the complicated simple to understand. Again, that deadline is the 18th of April. And if you need more information on how to file your 2023 taxes, Lindsay Kane has done some great reporting on this. Also, resources that are available for free if you make up to a certain amount of money, fox61.com or the Fox 61 News app.